Hey, how you doing, Adam? Here. The date is currently 2/27/2019. I think it was like a week ago. I was doing Uber Eats, and just the whole time in the car, I was just saying to myself, I kept saying it over and over again. I kept going, Churry Shtreet. Like, saying cherry in a thick Philly accent. Churry Street. Just like the whole time I was out, I just kept saying Churry Street. But yeah, it's been a while, been a couple weeks. So it's not, the gap isn't quite as long as it's been before. Like, I've gone a couple months before without doing a journal, but I do have a couple journal topics I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so the first thing is, it's a kind of sad news actually. My hard drive with all of my old stuff on it from my old computer just stopped working. And that had a lot of valuable stuff on it. Like my old journals from like 2013 up to like 2015, which is like about 100 files. And yeah, and there was also a bunch of demos I've made for old songs, like the demos that meant things to me. There's a lot of old memories on that. Yeah, and so what I did was I thought because I looked up how to like fix a hard drive, and there was a video online of that was saying like, oh, you just get like this screwdriver kit, and then you use the screwdriver kit, you open up the hard drive, and then you put because sometimes the head can like slip onto the platter, as they call it, which is like the hard drive disk. Sometimes the head can slip onto the platter, and then all you got to do is like just slide it off, and then it'll start working again. So I ordered one of those kits, one of the screwdriver kits, and tried to fix the hard drive. Did exactly what they said, with the head and everything. But it didn't work. I tried everything I could, but I think that hard drive is dead. And, with it goes about 100 journals from like 2013 to like 2015. And I was afraid for a second that there were a couple songs that I'd lost, like forever. But everything that I wanted music-wise is either online already or just on this computer. So, yeah, but just there was a lot of demos and like old pictures and fucking just a lot of stuff on that hard drive that I lost. And I was pretty upset about that for a couple days because it kind of feels like you're losing a part of yourself. But I've just resigned myself to like maybe one day, because I saved the platters. I thought like maybe one day they'll figure out a way to get information off of those old platters, So, yeah, but for now it's like I've just it's still, the information's still there on the hard drive somewhere, but I just can't access it right now. But it's still there, is what I'm saying to myself. I was just blowing on my hands there because it's freezing down here. But yeah, all of my music is safe. All of the songs that I wanted that's all safe. Because most of it's online anyway. But there's a couple that weren't. But all that stuff is safe. So that was the most important stuff to me. But other than that, there was another journal topic Oh yeah, it was just I've actually, the more I go to therapy, the more I'm talking about this with the therapist. Just like the fact that I always feel like I've done something wrong, like every interaction that I have with people, I'm seeing more clear. I kind of like knew this in the back of my head, but now it's becoming more apparent to me that I interact with them with the pretext, I guess, in my head that I've done something horribly wrong and this person is judging me so harshly for it, and I'm starting from like a negative sort of, like I'm being judged harshly by them just all the time. And that even extends to like family. Like my interactions with my dad are like, I just assume all the time that he's like, that I'm like, that I did something wrong, and I don't know what I did wrong, but I just feel like I did something wrong. And so, my interactions, it's like, it's this mixture of like guilt and anger. And so, it's like defensiveness, I just, like I'm defensive with everybody because I feel like everybody's judging me so harshly. And, I don't know how to like not do that because it's so ingrained in the way that I interact with people. Just this like fucking defensiveness, like, and then like it goes so far as like I get like these like preemptive like fucking insulting things that I think about people, you know, like yeah, what you're doing is so fucking corny. You're so fucking corny, like things like that. But they don't deserve it at all because they're not thinking the things that I think they're thinking about me, you know. And so, you know, I have all these, like, preemptive insults that I just... Because I think the most insulting things about people. And, like, I just need to... But, you know, then there's a part of me that's like, maybe I'm just making accurate observations. Maybe it's not defensiveness, but maybe it's just accurate observations that I'm making about people. But, you know, I don't know. I'm just not sure. But yeah, I do feel like I start off with a defensive stance, and that's probably not good. And so, you know, I want to work on that. But yeah, I was just saying, like, to the therapist that I feel like everybody just judges me so harshly, and like it's just this mixture of anger and embarrassment is the feeling, is the mixture of the feeling. Just this anger and embarrassment that I'm just constantly walking around with. And, you know, that probably has to stop. Yeah, what else was I saying? I was actually just talking to myself down here for, like, you know, not doing a journal, but, like, just, I guess, talking to myself. And I was saying something along the lines of, like, because I think Dr. Phil was on Joe Rogan, I think, last night. And they were talking about, like, how pain, like emotional pain, can sometimes be a good thing, because if you feel bad about yourself, then, you know, you'll want to change. But I was just thinking, like, yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a good thing, but what about the person who just feels emotional pain, feels bad about themselves? You know, that's all well and good, but they have no conception of a way forward. Like, they don't know where to... Like, if an opportunity were right in front of their face, if somebody would told them about how to fix themselves, and they still couldn't sense that there was an opportunity, what do you do about that person? Like, is the pain good then? Because, you know, I'm just thinking about, like, people that are overweight, you know. Like... You know, you could say, like, oh, this is your fault. You have put yourself in this position. And just, like, the more I do, like, diet stuff, and the more I realize that weight is I think we're eating not correctly. I mean, you know, people aren't supposed to be fucking 300 pounds, you know? Something is wrong with what we're eating, and you know, I don't know how much blame you can put on the individual person, because I mean, how could somebody know that they're doing it wrong? Like, they've been told their whole life, this is how you're supposed to eat, and they eat that way, and they just get fat, and then they feel like it's their fault, but it's not, you know, because they don't know that, you know, eating fucking white bread and, like, you know, shit that's going to make your insulin spike really high. You know, they're just not aware that that's what's causing it. They just think that they're eating too much. And that's not... I eat fucking, like, 5,000 calories a day sometimes. And I'm in perfect health. I'm not fat. I'm actually... But my body composition is, like... It's really good. But, you know, I don't want to come off like a fucking nutcase here. So I guess I'll stop talking about food. But it's just, you know, I feel like if someone knew just that something wasn't so... Because I was saying to myself yesterday that effort is kind of a waste of time. Because if you feel like you're putting too much effort into something, if something feels like strenuous, then you're not doing it right. Like, there's something there that you have to work out first, and then you know, because I mean, I run, and this is coming from someone that runs 2 miles a day as soon as they wake up, But I don't feel like I put any effort into that. I feel like I've kind of gradually drifted into this position, and like I've gradually, super gradually put this together, and nothing feels like I ever put any effort into it, even though I've I feel like I've done pretty remarkable things. Though I could be wrong about that. I mean, yeah, remarkable. I made an album by myself and did swag bucks. But I'm starting to gloat now, so that's probably not a good thing. But yeah, okay, I'm done. I think I got the point across there, so I'm done. Goodbye.